Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to my match reaction to Brighton 3, Everton 2. To be honest, guys, I've just about mustered the strength to do this show. I'm completely deflated after seeing that. You may think that's because we lost to a cruel own goal and to a very dodgy penalty, and if so, you're partly right, but it's mainly because I just don't know how much lower Everton can stoop. Well, I do know, but that doesn't bear thinking about, to be honest with you. Once again, the team turned up for an away game and came away with nothing. Okay, we controlled most of the game, but we still weren't anywhere near deadly enough. Mistakes have cost us again, none more so than an own goal at the end, which was pretty comical. The VAR decision was nothing short of disgraceful, and I am in no way surprised that the first overturned penalty decision has come against Everton. It was almost like it was written in the stars. After all, we were the first to succumb to the new retrospective diving rule with Umar Niasse a few years back, and the refs always need an easy target, so of course they're going to look our way. It's obvious that there's something seriously wrong with English football now, whether that's corruption or sheer incompetence. I'm not sure which one's worse. And in VAR, in the form which we're seeing it in England, is only serving to enhance either of them, whichever one it is. That decision given against Everton today was absolutely farcical, and it's cost us the game. If I were Marco Silva or a player right now, I would happily go in front of the cameras and suck up a fine in order to get out the message that these referees and the VAR system that they're implementing are simply not fit for purpose in what is supposed to be the best league in the world, but to be honest, is looking anything but at the moment. However, as wrong as it was, it doesn't disguise from our horrific form. 6 defeats now out of 10 in the league. Only one of those has come against the side who you'd have expected to finish above us. To make things worse, the side we were meant to go toe-to-toe with at the start of the season have just won 9-0 away from home yesterday against a team of a very similar calibre to the one that have just beaten us. And despite all the investment, it seems as if the club is getting further and further away from achieving the goals it's setting itself, and season on season it's just getting worse. How much of that is Marco Silva's fault or Marcel Brands' fault or the players' fault is up for discussion, and no doubt that will be discussed into oblivion in the next 48 hours or so, but the fact of the matter stands, Everton cannot win away from home, and it's now rapidly becoming an issue which will be continually etched into the psyche of this current squad, and it needs to be addressed immediately before our league season fades into complete pointlessness for us, to be honest. And the sense of pointlessness could only be expedited on Wednesday. We've got a League Cup tie at home against Watford, and if we are knocked out of the League Cup on Wednesday, then things could really be quite despairing for the fans. If it happens, given Watford haven't won a game against a top flight opponent yet this season, and the fact that we're the home side, then for me Silva's blown his last chance. He's lost all the goodwill for me. And if Farhad Mashiri's reported ultimatum of 3 games to save his job, which he was apparently dealt before the West Ham game, is true, then the defeat against Watford on Wednesday could, and for me, should see Marco Silva sacked. Unfortunately, I don't think much of today was Marco Silva's fault. And the fact of the matter is, as infuriating as today was, it's still just one game out of 38, if you like. However, the cup comes and goes in a second. Lose to Watford, and one of only 2 chances of ending our way for the trophy has come and gone for this season. And for me as a fan, that's what matters the most to me, I'll be quite honest with you. I know the league seems to be the big thing these days, but I just pray that one day I'll see Everton win a cup. I don't give one who the manager is. I don't care who's on the pitch, whether Silva's the manager, whether Silva's not the manager. I just want to see somebody actually deliver some success for this club. If Marco Silva can prolong that hope, then maybe he can prolong his tenure as Everton manager. It may now be the only way he can save himself. Some might turn their noses up at the EFL Cup, but for me it is Silva's only chance now to save his Everton career. Same could be said for some of the players who, for the umpteenth time, have failed today to show the backbone needed to see out a top flight away win. Both Silva and the players, I think, are rapidly running out of allies in the fan base, and For me, that kind of issue can only edging a bit closer to success will be the only way to salvage that. Now, the league seems to be a lost cause in that sense, even at this early stage. We simply have to bounce back and beat Watford on Wednesday. Otherwise, for me, we might as well write this entire season off before October's even through, which is unthinkable. To be honest, guys, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of us constantly being the ones to suffer the worst luck in the universe. I can't take much more of us being the laughing stock of the league at times. These players constantly messing up and making a mockery of what is, when all said and done, we are still a true footballing institution, and these players are absolutely dragging it through the mud while still collecting a fat paycheck. I don't have much time anymore for these players. I know some are a bit likeable, and even your Andre Gomez's and your Luca Deans, who are generally well liked. I think they're all right people. They're really likeable people, but we've got to judge them as footballers. And you can make as many fancy calendars in suits as you want, but when are these players going to learn to put in that effort and muck in away from home? Because whenever we play away, it doesn't seem to matter who it is we're playing. No one ever seems to be up for it, and it's simply not good enough. After all, away games only make up for, half the season, and changing that away record is crucial to whether we can finally reach the levels we aspire to be at, or it could be make or break for us. And unfortunately, I know at this stage which one it's going to be, at least this season anyway. Sadly, I can't for the life of me see how or when it's going to change, because, guys, I do apologise for how melodramatic I'm being, but I'm just rapidly reaching my wit's end with the way things are at Everton at the moment. Where still I can't bring myself to walk away from the club. My heart beats for it. It's a family like no other, and of course you guys who all tune into these shows are part of that family, and like even the most dysfunctional sitcom-esque family, we need to stick together and get through this stuff, because no matter how unbearable things may seem right now, you just never know what might happen next. To be honest, that is all we can do right now, is hope that things will eventually change, and for the time being, it may be a good idea to buy a fellow long-suffering Blue a pint. Odds are he or she probably needs it, and I know I certainly do. So, of course, you know what to do, guys. Give this video a comment, a like, and a subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys for tuning in again on the Toffee Blues.